myself.
Alright. Whether you're a fan of the television show or not, many of us know who Ty Pennington is and the role that he plays on Extreme Makeover Home Edition. The show is inspirational. We hear a story about a family who has financial problems, health problems, or oftentimes both. It touches our heart and stirs the emotions within us. Ty and a team of contractors and volunteers from the community then renovate the home of this family or build them a new one altogether. It's built to accommodate to their needs, whether it be an extra bedroom or wheelchair access. Have you ever been touched by one of these stories so much that you're left wishing there were a way to be a part of a project like this? There's a way to be involved. A similar organization exists. It's called Habitat for Humanity. Many of us have heard of Habitat, but what's its origin? Well, Habitat for Humanity International is a nonprofit Christian ministry. It was formed in 1976 by Millard and Linda Fuller in Georgia. In 1965, the Fullers left their successful business in Alabama and moved to Georgia for a lifetime of Christian service. The concept started as what was called partnership housing, which was when needy families worked with volunteers in order to build more adequate houses for themselves. The model for Habitat was laid out in 1968 when land was purchased and divided into 42 half-acre sites for homes. The concept was then taken across the national borders to Africa and provided 2,000 homes to people in that area. In 1976, the Fullers returned to the United States and gathered with a group of people who supported their dream, and Habitat for Humanity International was born. Habitat has stayed true to the Fullers' dream even today. More than 400,000 houses have been built across the globe, providing homes to nearly 2 million people. Families are chosen based on their need and their commitment to participating in the program. Families helped by Habitat are required to give back 500 hours of work on their own project or other projects in their community. And they're not just given away to the homes, to the families. The families make payments at a small price with no interest charged. And you might be thinking, but didn't you say Habitat is nonprofit? Well, it is. The money that's raised from these projects and the house payments goes into a fund called the Fund for Humanity. And the money in this fund is used and saved up to work on new projects and build new houses. So why does so much effort and funding go into this organization? The thing that drives people to give and work for Habitat for Humanity is a huge need that we see worldwide. According to statistics on Habitat's website, there are almost 100 million people that are homeless across the world. Someone might look at how Habitat functions and wonder how a homeless person is able to make a house payment. Well, about 6 years ago, the youth group I was a part of volunteered in Georgia with another ministry. I had the chance to talk to quite a few homeless people in the area. And much to my surprise, I discovered that many of them actually held jobs. They just couldn't afford adequate housing or were on waiting lists to get into government housing. Habitat also states that there are nearly 2 billion people worldwide that live in the slums. An astounding 80% of Nigeria's population lives in areas like these, followed by 56% in India. All of these families could not have been helped with money alone. In order to be truly successful, Habitat relies on volunteers. Habitat has locations worldwide. In the United States alone, there are nearly 1,500 operations at work. Florida alone is home to some 62 offices across the state, and you can find a few Habitat for Humanity locations right here in the Ocala-Gainesville area. Becoming a volunteer is an incredibly simple process, and it's able to be done individually or with a group. You can even go online, and there's forms you can fill out and print out online. Just a few simple questions, and you're on your way to volunteering. I volunteered for my first time last month at the branch here in Ocala, renovating an old home in order for the Habitat families to move into. The application process was simple. I was instructed to look over a packet of information about what I should expect, and I answered a few pages of personal questions that I turned in when I arrived on the site. As a volunteer, you'll not always be building a new home. When I volunteered with a group of employees from GAP, we merely helped restore the home into an acceptable living condition for a new family to move into. I was never asked to do anything above that which I was capable. Tasks included pulling up carpet, tearing down wallpaper, general cleaning, and some yard work. All the tools we needed were provided by the organization. They even provided us with breakfast, lunch, and drinks throughout the day. The experience was one that affected me positively, and I would recommend that everyone have the opportunity at least once. Habitat for Humanity International is an organization that reaches out to families in need all across the globe. The ministry cannot function without volunteers. As previously discussed, becoming a volunteer is a simple process. It takes a few minutes online to be on your way. It can be done in just a few hours of one single day. The selfless act of volunteering, in my opinion, provides such a positive feeling of self-esteem that something you were able to do in just a few hours of your time will help provide a family with a home for a lifetime.
So myself, Chris.
1, 2, 3,
5.
And everyone else.
3,
10.
I'm going to volunteer!
12.